that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Welcome to Talkin VAWLS, episode number 133, post-game basketballs edition. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there right now. VAWLS JP is not happy. Tennessee just absolutely just gave a basketball game away to probably one of the worst teams in the Southeastern Conference to fall to 12-4 on the season, 5-4 in SEC play. My name's VAWLS JP.
I'm Dauber, and I'm right there with you, man.
Man, this is frustrating, man.
This team is so up and down, so streaky within games, so streaky from game to game. Man, I don't know what they were doing in the second half.
I don't either. There was a stretch there that Keon missed two wide open. Yeah, I mean, they were tough shots, but I mean, Keon Johnson has to make those layups. And then we have 4 consecutive turnovers. I mean, 4 consecutive turnovers. Vescovi brings the ball up the court, stops right past half court. Ole Miss is guarding us right there. They got 3 guys on us, and we can't even get the pass off. We can't even do it. We just turn the ball over.
Well, not just Vescovi. James did the same thing once, if not twice. I do not understand that. Barnes should have called timeout after seeing that happen twice and said, do not pick up your dribble.
Yeah, I agree.
They were getting bum rushed as soon as they crossed the half-court line and picking up their dribble and getting triple teamed, and they had a 4th defender creeping up at the three-point line. There had to be somebody wide open, but we couldn't even get a pass in. We just lost our mind. This team, they don't have an alpha. There is no killer edge.
None.
Oh man, I just don't know. I cannot figure it out. And it looks like we've got a lot of people in the chat feeling the same way.
Yeah. Let's run down right quick before we get further into it. We got Jimbo here. I'm not sure what he said, but he said disregard the last post. Ken Johnson saying these guys suck. They are lazy, cannot dribble or pass the ball. They might try going back to junior high to find some beat. Got instant culprit with us tonight. Refs missed a big travel call. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the refs either, but I'll tell you right now, that is not the reason this basketball team lost. Tennessee is much, much better talented than that team that they lost to tonight. They lost to that game because of they didn't hustle. They didn't play with that killer instinct, and Ole Miss wanted that basketball game more, and it's a problem with this basketball team. We got Zach Tilley with us. Turnovers were hard to watch. Yeah, it is hard to stomach watching this basketball team. Jason L. should never come down to a missed traveling call. I agree with that, Jason. This team does not have a killer instinct, just like Dauber was saying right there. I don't understand it. Brandon Johnson, who does basketball players grading, because I don't see any 5 stars tonight. We got Lucas Sharp with us. Hope we go unranked. We probably need to. We got April Adams just giving us a thumbs up. Glad to see you there, April. I don't know, Dauber. I'm just, this is frustrating. I mean, this is absolutely frustrating. And I'll just go ahead and I'll throw it out there right now. Rick Barnes deserves some criticism. He deserves some criticism. Why, when Keon misses that free throw, why did he call the timeout then? I would have, if I was going to call the timeout, I would have had Keon intentionally miss that free throw.
Right.
But if you're going to tell him to try to make that free throw, then why call the timeout right there? I just don't understand that either. I don't know. I'm just really frustrated tonight for sure.
I mean, let's. I'll let you go ahead and hit these super chats real quick.
Let me hit here. It looks like we got Hopkins, Lax fan. Oh gosh, where's it at? I'm trying to find it there. Lord, I'm so mad I can't even find this darn thing here. I'll get you there, Carlos, in just a second. We got Hopkins Lax fan. Hopkins, good to see you on here now. $5 super chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Never get a chance to drop in and want to say hello. Looks like Dauber needs a cold beverage. Have a good night, guys. Hopkins, we appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, it's one of those nights for sure if you're a big Orange basketball fan, for sure. And we got another $5 super chat. Carlos Manzanares. Appreciate you, Carlos. This team is so inconsistent. Totally different team from last week. Yeah, I mean, Saturday, I know that we didn't do a post-game show, but man, I mean, Tennessee hitting on all cylinders, win that game 80-61, score 80 points, and then tonight, this team can't even buy a bucket halfway. You know what? I think halfway through the first half, we had 26 points. Halfway through the first half, we had around 26 points. Then basically the last 30 minutes of that basketball game, we didn't even act like that we even knew what we were even doing. I don't know.
Listen, we had 17 total turnovers, I believe, 11 in the second half. You cannot close the game out like that's not what elite teams do. That's not what teams ranked in the top 15 do. I just can't figure it out. This team, the one thing that has hampered them all year is play from the point guard position. We don't have a true point guard, so the offense doesn't have a flow to it. They play a slow down tempo game, and really, when this team plays well, like they did Saturday against Kansas, they're playing well defensively, and that feeds the offense. Jason L hits it right here. They can't handle the pressure because they don't have a true point guard. They get so flustered anytime that they get double teamed, or man, there was one stretch there. Ole Miss went into a zone, and we looked like we'd never seen it. It looked like we were reading a foreign language or something. And to have three guys who are foreigners on the team, we ought to be able to read a foreign language. Man, yeah. Seeing a lot of comments about Kennedy Chandler. I can't wait for the kid to get here.
Yeah. We definitely could use him this year for sure. It just seems like when Victor Bailey is not hitting shots, this basketball team does not win. I don't know what it is about Bailey. He is such a streaky shooter. I'm not even sure that he even scored tonight. I don't think that he did. I'd have to look down here at the stats right quick and see. He had one three-pointer. Yeah, he went 1 for 4. He's not afraid to shoot it. It just don't go in a lot with him. So, I don't know.
I was all ready to come in tonight and talk a lot about the Kansas game and about this team and how the 3 losses that they have are to ranked teams now. But then they go out and play like they did tonight, especially the second half. You're talking about they closed the game out 1 for 15, I believe, shooting from the floor. The only point coming from the foul line, and 1, 2, and Ole Miss had a 20-7 run, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean, pathetic. I don't get it. I'd hate to be on the plane ride back. I'd hate to be in the film room tomorrow, but you hit it. I think Barnes needs to be criticized a little bit for this game.
Certainly. I mean, it is Barnes' responsibility to get these kids, coached up and, learn how to play against these different types of pressing defenses and stuff like that, because the tape's out. I mean, the tape is out on this basketball team. That's what happened Saturday. Kansas was a horrible defensive team. They were not good defensively, and Tennessee made their shots. Tonight, Tennessee had that opportunity. There was 3 times that I can remember that Tennessee was up by 11 points at different points in this game, which one time was there about halfway through the second half. And then we just completely just go to where we can't make any kind of shots at all. we start throwing up those threes, and then again, I keep going back to it, but there is so many missed shots around the rim. How many times did Keon drive in tonight and he couldn't finish? He could not finish. We end up shooting 63% from the free throw line. Obviously, there at the end, he had a chance to tie the game and send it to overtime. He missed the front end. First shot. I knew right then it was over. It was just a wing and a prayer. Then at that point in time, I guess it could be worse. Looks like our old buddy William lost $116 on the game tonight. William, I've learned a long time ago not to bet on the basketballs for sure, just like the football team. With that, but I don't know. We got Lucas Sharp saying if he's old enough to drink, that he'd be drinking right now. Lucas, I feel you, buddy. It is a frustrating night in Big Orange Country for sure. And I guess that is what's so frustrating about it to me, Dauber, is to look at this basketball team now and look at some of the good wins that they've had, and some of the times that they play good, and then it's starting to be to where it's consistently, though, this is a bad shooting basketball team. And I'm not for sure what they are trying to do with their half-court offense. I cannot figure it out.
Well, and they don't have an alpha. They don't have a guy it's throw it around at the top of the key 3 or 4 times. Whoever receives the pass, they're not looking to shoot or drive. They're looking to pass it on to somebody else. They've got to get the mindset to drive and shoot. They settle too much for tough jump shots, and when those aren't falling, you can't go down the court and do that every time. I mean, it's when it's not working, you need to run it through Pons or Fulkerson or Keon, but you got to finish, like you just said. Take it to the rim and finish. They drove at that. Big guy Ole Miss had it in the middle, zero. Was it White or Wright? And had 4 fouls on him, and then didn't take it to him the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was another game where Fulkerson was a non-factor again.
Well, that goes back to the point.
I don't understand what is going on with him this year, but he's just not playing the same. He's not.
That goes back to the point I made a couple weeks ago. I think teams have figured him out. They're playing him physical, and they're moving him around, getting him off his spot, and he's just not being effective.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely getting bullied around. If there's anybody that has any kind of size, any kind of girth to him whatsoever down low, it's going to be a struggle for this basketball team. But there's no way whatsoever that you can make excuses for this or whatever. This was absolutely, this loss, in my opinion, is worse than the Florida blowout, because I mean, at least Florida is a competitive basketball team. This Ole Miss team, like I said, is probably one of the worst in conference. Tennessee had plenty of opportunities to cruise and win this game, and they completely just got outplayed and outcoached the final 10 minutes of that basketball game.
Yeah, and I hate to keep going back to it. It's night and day difference from the game Saturday to tonight. You look at, shots were falling Saturday. Shots were falling early in the game tonight. James hit 3 threes in the first half. Real close together there, and then I don't know that he took another one the rest of the game.
I'd have to look here and see. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. He ended up finishing 3 of 7. Okay. So I mean, he certainly cooled off. He ended up 0 for 4 on his last 4 because he started 3 for 3. But
but the other thing, rebounding.
Oh yeah,
this team does not crash the boards against Kansas. 0 second chance points for Kansas. They out rebounded them plus 15. Tonight, they're out rebounded -7. Ole Miss had 7 more rebounds, and I don't know how many second chance points. But and Ole Miss is not a good offensive team. They are a good defensive team, right behind us in scoring defense in the conference. But man, it was just a physical, sloppy game, and this team wasn't ready to play.
Well, they definitely did not match Ole Miss's physical play for sure. And I know we've had some comments as far as the refs go, and yeah, I didn't think that the refs were good tonight. I thought that they certainly let that number 0, I think, right for Ole Miss. I mean, he was flailing his arms and pushing off, and they didn't call a whole lot like that. But when refs allow these teams to play like that, Tennessee has to play that same.
But we can't
play
We're
that
at a
same physical level. But yes, this is certainly more of a finesse type team, and I was really, 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 really bullish on this basketball team. I think all of us were. But this last month, certainly again, 5-4 in league play. I think most people thought that Tennessee wouldn't lose 4 conference games the entire year. And I don't have a whole lot of confidence going into Rep Arena Saturday night. I can promise you that. Now, could this basketball team turn it around and go up there and win? Absolutely, because that seems to be the way that they play. But if I had to put money on it, I think Tennessee falls to the Kentucky Wildcats Saturday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sure. They're Kentucky's playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder with just how their season's gone, and going up there to Lexington is always tough. We tend to play good there. One of the few teams that goes into Rupp and can find success there, but it's going to be a tough game with an inconsistent team like we've seen. Let's move on to something a little bit more happy, I guess, but better little tone. From the Kansas game, we had a little contest for some of our new stickers. Did overall score for who commented in the thread, and had a lot of guesses. A handful that picked Kansas, a handful that picked Tennessee, but nobody was really close to the score. Everybody thought it was going to be a close game. But I've got I'm going to send 5 stickers out. Jeremy Webb, he was the closest. He was 6 points off total difference. And then had Benjamin Brandenburg, Rocky Top Rowdy, I think I saw him in the chat earlier, Chris Mansfield, and Sean D. So, guys, if that's one of you all, shoot us a message on Twitter or on Facebook, Talkin VAWLS podcast. Look it up and just message us your shipping info, and we'll get some stickers sent out to you. And you know what? Let's do the same thing for the Kentucky game. Go back tonight after this video uploads and leave your score prediction in the comments, and we'll send some pretty sweet Talkin VAWLS stickers out to you if you get it right.
We got some comments there about the Kentucky game. I know that they canceled last Saturday in the SEC Big Ten Challenge because of COVID issues. Is there still that going on? There's some guys saying the Kentucky game might be postponed or something like that. I haven't heard. I know that they're scheduled to play Missouri on tomorrow. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything on that. So is there any truth to that? Anybody have that? Looks like
Troy Lee's saying they're scheduled for Missouri tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I see something there. It looks like just doing a quick Google search. Looks like that they tweeted out something about an hour ago about previewing tomorrow's game against Missouri. Looks like that they tweeted out something where they were flying to Missouri today. So it appears that that they're playing. So I fully expect the Tennessee-Kentucky game to be played Saturday. I believe that's an 8 o'clock tip on ESPN. Oh, man, I tell you what, after tonight, if they lose that game Saturday, I'm really going to be down in the dumps for sure. Really going to be down. It's going to be tough to watch, but I don't know, Dauber. This basketball team, I just don't have a whole lot of confidence. I was messaging with our old buddy Wayne there during the game, and he said there with about 3 minutes to go, whenever we tied it up, that it was time for Tennessee to take over, and I was like, I don't have any confidence in this team, and they proved it there the last couple of minutes for sure with that. But
definitely. Well, and it's the lack of that go-to guy who's going to get you a bucket when you need a bucket.
Yeah,
you don't know. I mean, any of them could, but who's the guy you call a timeout and draw up a play? Who are you drawing it up for? Yeah, I mean, you had Johnson.
That's the problem.
You had Johnson standing on the free throw line with a chance to tie it with 3 seconds left. Nobody guarding him, and he misses the front end.
Yeah.
I mean, and that happens, but pressure's on. Who do you want to take a shot? You know, we talk about Vescovi. He'll go off one night and you know have 17, 18 points, and then he doesn't show up for the next 2 games.
Yeah.
You know, Pons. He came on against Kansas. He's played good offensively. You know, not too much tonight. Where was he in the second half? You know, we talked about Springer and not having Springer in those first 3 losses. How did that affect the team? Well, he was there tonight, but the offense just, man, it's so Jekyll and Hyde or Heckle and Jide, as you say sometimes there.
Yeah, it's definitely Heckle and Jide for sure. They don't know what they're doing from one game to the next. And you know, I mean, I'm sure Barnes is frustrated. I'm sure that these players are frustrated, all that, but they've got to figure something out. The back end of this schedule is not getting any easier, and they gave away a conference game tonight. Obviously, there's no shot at this point in time, being the you know, regular season champs in the SEC, but I don't see this team as they're playing right now. I don't see this team making it past the first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
What the team that played tonight? No, the team that played Saturday. That team could play against anybody.
Yeah, but here's the problem that I got with it, Auburn. Kansas was not a good defensive basketball team. Every time this team has to play somebody that is physical and plays good defensively, they struggle. This team struggles. We have saw it over and over and over again this season. This team struggles to generate any kind of consistent offense, and they're not going to beat many teams when they can't even score between 50 and 60 points. It's just not going to happen. This team is going to have to be able to find a way to get their half-court offense going, and I'm not for sure where that comes from, because they just don't have anybody that can create. We don't have any kind of low post presence, and we can't rebound. It's just I think that I know I did. I bought into the hype a lot more than what this basketball team is actually showing.
The one thing about March, though, it's about getting hot and getting on a run.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but do you honestly have a whole lot of faith with the way that this basketball team has showed over the last month or so?
It depends on which team shows up, man.
Which I know that it's going to, you know, depend on matchups and so forth like that. But I don't know if this team can can get hot and reel off six victories in a row against top notch competition. I just don't see it.
You see the comment there from AO1 Productions?
Santiago being Rick's golden child is where he goes wrong. He's almost. It's almost becoming.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? I know where you're going. That's where I was going.
It's almost becoming this, isn't it? Let me find it here. He's taking it off.
It's similar to number 2 on the football field.
I know it. That's what I said. I mean, to me, I think at this point in time, I think that I am getting Springer much more run at the point guard position. I think that I'm probably even putting James out there some. Santiago Vescovi. It's killing this basketball team.
I was screaming and making the dog look at me, and my wife was kind of giving me the side eye. I threw my hat. I said, why are you picking up your dribble when you cross the half court line?
Yeah.
It just that was poor performance from the guys bringing the ball up. And I'm not putting it all on Vescovi because James was there too. I think he had 2 that I can recall turnovers, pretty much just crossing the half court line. One led to a run out layup. Man, it just you've got to start working on that. Otherwise, teams are going to start pressuring. Even if it's token pressure, we have a hard time with that. But when they're really coming at you, they were selling out in the final couple minutes of the game. There had to be somebody open. One quick pass to the edge, cross the court, reverse it, and should have a layup. But
I know there was one of those times that I seen it there, and I think that they finally kicked it out to Springer out there on the wing, and he had Fulkerson right down there at the baseline, within 5 foot of the basket, and didn't even throw it to him. But I almost put part of that on Fulkerson because he's not asking for the basketball. He's not. I thought Saturday against Kansas, he done much better. But him, like just everybody else on this team, there's too inconsistent. And I mean, it goes from game to game to half to timeout to timeout. I mean, this basketball team is just wildly inconsistent. And
I think you said it earlier as well. They play with a finesse instead of a toughness, and when you get a team that has a couple big guys in the paint that want to bump and push around and kind of bully, it for Pons to be one of the best defenders, not just in the league but in the country. He's not a force in the paint. Let's put it like that. He's great help side, coming over as a defender, and that's where he gets a lot of his blocks. But to be a help in the paint against a team with a true big, we don't have that. We don't have that on this team.
No, we certainly don't. And I think it's what AO1 Productions there saying, put Euros in, see if he can grab some rebounds. But like we've talked about before, he kind of plays soft too for a big 7-footer. So I don't know. This I knew tonight the way that this game was being close, and every time Tennessee jumped out and build up an 11-point lead, it would be like within just a couple minutes, it was back down to a 5 or 6 point game. And when you let teams hang around like that, and then they get the momentum and they make a couple of shots, and then Tennessee just went just totally just couldn't even do anything and keep turning the ball over. But whenever you do that, it just gives these other teams confidence. But I keep going back to it as well. Tennessee shot 62% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
You are not going to win basketball games consistently when you shoot 62% from the charity stripe. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that they call it the charity stripe. I mean nobody's guarding you.
Yeah.
If you can't hit it, bank them in. Come on,
I know.
Make them.
I know. We got 73 people. Looks like watching. If you haven't already, we'd certainly appreciate it. If you hit the thumbs up, we'd certainly appreciate that. And if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, if you would, go ahead and like and subscribe. That way that you'll get notifications anytime that we put new content out. We've been bringing out quite a bit of stuff. I know Boogie and Indy Kid have been doing quite a bit on the football since Heupel was hired and all the updates on that. I think Boogie put out a video about Ty Simpson there yesterday as well. And also been working on some new merch. We got some new merchandise I want to hit on.
Boogie was super busy today.
Hit on some new merchandise. We
created a whole store with everything in one link.
Everything in one link, and got the new Talkin VAWLS Mount Rushmore shirts. Check these out, everybody. These are pretty cool.
Click on that. Make it a little bit bigger.
Make that bigger. Let's look at that and see. Right there we go. Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore of Tennessee media. Several different colors.
I like the white one.
You like the white one?
I think I like the white one in this.
That's pretty cool. Look at that berry. Oh, we even got a berry for maybe some of the ladies, or heck, maybe there's some guys that like that. Who knows? I'm never been big on white t-shirts, so Dauber. Just personally, I guess I'd probably have to go back with the charcoal there. But we also got it in the pullovers too, in the hoodies with that. So anybody interested in any of that, the links are down there. And then we also, of course, we got all of our standard. We got the VAWLS hoop shirt, really killer retro look there, the other hoodies. And then we got the Talkin VAWLS mug. So anybody that likes to drink their coffee in the mornings at work could buy you a Talkin VAWLS mug. And
it doesn't just have to be coffee you put in it.
No. You could put Russian tea, hot chocolate, anything like that. But anyway, wanted to mention that the link will be down in the description after this is uploaded on YouTube. But Dauber, I'm just really, really frustrated, and I just hope that this basketball team can find a way to find their stride, turn it around, and start winning some games consistently again. I really thought that Kansas game was going to get us back on a roll. That was our second straight win. I thought tonight was a game that Tennessee certainly, again, up by 11 in second half. There's no way that they should have lost this game, but they did. And now they got to turn around and go play Kentucky Saturday. I really think that we're going to find out what this basketball team is about come Saturday, because I fully expect Kentucky to give Tennessee their best effort. We know that Kentucky struggled. They're 5-10. We've laughed about them on here, but anytime that you go to Rupp Arena, you know that Kentucky's talented. They always are. And I think that they're going to come out and give Tennessee their best effort for sure. And I just hope that this Tennessee basketball team plays their best game all season, because there's nothing that I'd rather see on the basketball court than the Big Orange taking down Kentucky for sure.
Yeah, especially there. You're right. One thing I want to say, that this team has gone 7-0 in their non-conference schedule, with a couple big wins. That Colorado game, it ended up, it's a pretty big win. And The Kansas game looked a whole lot better earlier in the year when both teams were ranked higher and kind of rolling. They both kind of hit the skids. But yeah, this team, we're going to find out what they're made of when they travel up to Lexington Saturday and see if they can bounce back after really, really bad performance tonight. Only hitting the 50 mark tonight. It's pretty disappointing.
It is. It is certainly. And, I mean, that there's going to be nights that the ball doesn't go in easily with that. But that's when that you got to be a good free throw shooting team, and you've got to be able to at least get some decent shots. But we just have nothing inside. Outside of Pons turning around and fading away, there is just no inside presence right now. And if we don't hit our threes, this basketball team is in serious trouble. They are in serious trouble because there is never anything easy. How many fast break points did Ole Miss have tonight? Probably 8 to 10, probably.
Yeah.
Tennessee never creates any fast break points. They haven't done it all season long, and I don't expect it to start now.
Well, listen, we left 6 points on the floor at the free throw line.
Yeah.
You hit those, we win the game.
Yeah. I know it. Anything else, Dauber? Got anything else tonight?
I don't. I feel a little bit better after venting, but man, just disappointing.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad. I'm ready to go to bed.
I know it. Me too.
That's the life of a Tennessee fan.
I know it. I've just come to the point that I just don't get excited anymore because they always find a way to let us down. Always do. So, but they got a chance to bounce back Saturday against Kentucky Wildcats, who, by the way, play a really tough game tomorrow against a very, very physical and a good defensive team in Missouri. That's at Missouri. So I'll be interested to see how Kentucky plays that game. And then that they have to bounce back and play Tennessee, and hopefully Tennessee comes in guns blazing and pissed off from this terrible performance that they had tonight down in Oxford, Mississippi. As Tennessee falls to 12-4 on the season, and what's even more surprising, 5-4 in SEC play. As they fall 52-50 to the Ole Miss Rebels. But that's going to do it for tonight. We won't be back Saturday. We're not going to do a post-game show, but the Indy Kid, he'll have a Orange Blazer episode probably uploaded Sunday talking about this game, and then also his comments on the Kentucky game as well. And then Dauber and I will be back next week after the weekday game. I'm not even sure who we even play next week. Dauber, do you have that handy right quick? I'm so frustrated.
Was it? I had it written down. I can't find it.
We don't play until Wednesday next week. We play the Florida Gators. Golly, I told you, man. I'm telling you, this schedule.
Back into the schedule, yeah.
Yeah, this back end of this schedule, I'm telling you, this basketball team could be in serious trouble. Could be for sure. So,
I think they're going to go up to Lexington and get it turned around. I think we will.
I hope that you're right, buddy. I hope that you're right for sure. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. We appreciate everybody joining in, sharing their frustrations in this game. But Dauber and I will be back next week to talk basketball. And again, Indy Kid will be dropping a show Sunday, recapping the Kentucky game. But until then, for Dauber, I am Vols JP, and go Vols.